kahapon. Na-post natin dito sa page natin. And I'm glad to say that mukhang the response has been good, interesting. Minus the usual trolls and, irrelevant people. And, some columnists and friends that I respect also seem to have appreciated the context of what I was saying. And it looks like, once again, we are the fool who bothers to, to spell things out that have to be spelled out. So ito po yung article natin. Risa Hontiveros, A Singular Struggles. Kitang ko na lang sarili ko. Nakikita niyo naman ako. Parang weird naman, di ba? Andun na ang mukha ko. Tapos caption na naman yung mga trolls. Ito. Yan. Wala na yung picture ko. Yan. Okay, isin natin yan. Ayan. Okay. Yan. Okay. That's it. Alright, that's it. Booyakasha. Pag-usapan natin yan. Okay. So, dun sa article natin, I actually like how I started the article. I said something like, the pendulum of Philippine politics has often swung between two extreme poles, mediocrity and megalomania. And then I connect that to the whole Maharlika Fund, the debate around it, etc., the legislative branch, blah, 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 blah. And then enter Senator Risa Hontiveros, who once again was the only dissenting voice in the Senate. Ewan ko na dyan dun sa mga nag-absent or pa-absent or I don't know, what do you call it? Abstain, yung mga ganyan stuff. No. Make your stance very clear. When you have an extremely polarizing, controversial issue, make your stance very clear. Are you for it or against it? In fairness to Senator Tulfo, even if he voted yes for it, he was the one who really drew the line and said, sabi ni Senator Tulfo, ay hindi pwede yung mga pensions, yung mga ganon, yung mga yan, ipasok dyan, bawal ang kalokohan. And in fairness to Senator Tulfo, dahil sa kanyang very strong intervention, because Senator Tulfo is not opposition, he has great communication channels with the president, he's an extremely popular person. I've described him as the rising star of Philippine politics in the past year. Sorry na lang dun sa iba. I'm not even talking about the opposition. I'm talking about you-know-who. Speaking of this, mga kameta, in fairness, I think Senator Raffy Tulfo has done a great job as the kind of independent, quote-unquote, senator there. At the same time, you have Risa Hontiveros here who really made a strong argument for why parang hindi ito yung tamang panahon at circumstances to have the MIF, Maharlika Investment Fund, at all, no? And this is not the first time that she did it, mga kameta. So ito yung sinabi niya, no? So ayon kay Risa Hontiveros, the fund is not what we need now, end of quote. At ayon sa kanya, quote, it does not pass the test of economic viability. Walang kasiguraduhan na ito ay viable at sensible sa kasalukuyan na investment and economic and fiscal conditions of the country and the broader global investment landscape. And sa kanya, we'll be watching intently yung implementing rules and regulations, once signed into law, to, quote, ensure that the prohibitions we put in place and the wins we were able to secure during the plenary deliberations are not lost. So in short, she's going to remain as a fiscalizer. So I see a very interesting duo here whereby Senator Tulfo on one side, as the independent, increasingly the star senator there, or de facto star senator, is saying, hey, yung mga iba dyan, malapit kay President Marcos, okay, relax lang kayo dyan. Ayusin natin to, bawal lang ganyan, ha, ganun. So, I mean, it's just fascinating that Senator Tulfo, who had no background whatsoever in the legislative branch, and is kind of like the senior guy. Obviously, it has something to do with the fact that he's the chair of the committee na may direct jurisdiction sa issue na yan. Yes, given na yan. But we know historically when it comes to economic investment issues, maraming mga dyan, technocrat or pa-technocrat dyan. I mean, let's not forget, mga kameta, that Senator Angara is actually like the econ guy there. I think he's an LSE graduate, right, among others. But I think Senator Tulfo has done a very good job to say, okay, if we're gonna get this passed, these are the big red flags and no. In fact, hindi pa rin batas ang Maharlika Investment Fund because still there are many people in the Senate, including Coco Pimentel, etc., saying, ito yung hindi sila bumoto na no, nag-yes sila, but yes with a lot of conditions. So they're still falling on that. But Risa is the one who said, like, totally no way, highway. And the other month, siya rin yung only person who said no sa Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. In fact, she cited key academic works to say that potentially maging net loser ang Filipinas since, quote, trade balance would worsen by $264 million per year. And the Philippines will lose tariffs revenues of around $58 million a year. Dollars, hindi pesos. All right, in the Philippine pesos, Mexican pesos, whatever. Now, so may mga syunga dyan na nag-comment na, oh, bakit hindi mo na explain? Like, dude, I have 700 words in a single column, alright? So if you want to really listen to my take, check all of my Twitter tweets out there. Check all of my articles out there. Ang dami natin suna, wag tamad. Alright, anyways, in 700 words, this is what I could put there, right? So without a question, I mean, if it's not clear to you what's the purpose of Hontiveros and what she's doing, then, maybe you should check yourself again. Okay, so my argument, mga kamid, is without a question, Hontiveros has been the singular genuine opposition figure in the Senate, no offense along to the others, and more broadly, the only nationally elected one in the government. Important din yan. She's the only one from the opposition is nationally elected. There are a few smattering of opposition or progressive folks in the legislature, but, they're not nationally elected, officials per se, right? A lot of them are party lists, etc. It's a different dynamic. Yes, you can say party list is national, but you get what I'm saying, right? They're like kind of a tweak to the congressional representation. But really national lang Senate, diba? It's a nationally elected institution, and yung mga people nandun are, considered to be potentially the next presidents or presidentiables, all right? So, and this is where the bone of contention comes in, mga kamet. I keep on mentioning it. I'm surprised I'm not seeing a lot of other people noticing this or brave enough to mention this. For some reason, mukhang yung Hontiveros substantive and principle-based interventions are not getting sufficiently covered by the mainstream media, nor wholeheartedly backed by social media accounts of those associated with the opposition. Yung mga sobrang active to, share about the latest travel blog from, Lenny, the latest, from Bam Aquino, the latest this and that. Maybe you want to, give a bit airtime also to what Risa is doing, including her visit to Taiwan, meeting Tsai Ing-wen, talking about Taiwan, talking about democracy, talking about geopolitics. Maybe some other people there were super busy about, the non-political stuff of former opposition political figures. Maybe you want to help also Risa Hontiveros, right? Since you say that you're fighting for opposition, for democracy, human rights, all of that, then my question is, are you helping Risa Hontiveros? Because she's really the only, real opposition nationally elected official we got out there. And didn't, Lenny kind of pass down the baton to her and supposed to be like that? Okay, why am I talking like Romulus ng HBO Succession series? But you get what I'm saying, right? You get what I'm saying, right? So as far as opposition-affiliated thought leaders are concerned, yung parang bulk of focus nila is still zeroed in on either the former vice president or Maria Ressa, but of course, yung kay Leila de Lima, 100%, dapat she gets all the focus and attention and support. 100%. And we're gonna have a separate blog on Leila de Lima. For me, Leila de Lima is the Nobel Peace Prize person of the Philippines of our, of the past 5 years or so at least, right? Okay, let's just be very clear about that, no? And all due respect, I think Lenny has done a great job, Maria Ressa has done a good job, they deserve recognition, all of support, whatever they're getting, but what I'm saying is that, there are other people out there, including Risa Hontiveros, who's having a kind of a singular fight there on the front, like, what's up, right? So, that's what I'm saying. So, lest we forget, Hontiveros is now the de facto leader of the opposition, and against all odds, okay, yan, yung mga mahilig mag-denialism, blame ng voters, ayan, ganyan. Ang dami na naman dyan nakakirita sa Twitter, na-hear na naman itong mga pawok, tapos mag-voter blaming, mga ganyan. But against all odds, actually, she was the one who managed to win re-election in the hotly contested Senate. And over the years, she overcame a torrent of misogyny, red tagging, because she's really a progressive, unlike, and a whole host of challenges from which many conventional liberal figures were insulated, right? For some, not only is Hontiveros the sole opposition figure in the upper chamber, but arguably also the only true progressive to have made it to national office in recent memory. Boom, that's it. We said it. Okay, so this is how I end my article. Hers, meaning Risa Hontiveros, has been a singular struggle. And singular struggle, you can see literally singular, at the same time singular in the sense that it's unprecedented, it's historic, it's special, it's important. But it doesn't have to be lonely fight for far too long. It doesn't have to be a lonely fight for far too long. And that's why I felt, mga kamet, it's important that I write that article and make this intervention. I've said it over and over again, in passing, kind of not in passing, but this time I made it core and center. I haven't talked to Lenny. I haven't talked to Risa Hontiveros since ever or something like that. When was the last time I talked to any of these people? So I don't know their personal point of view. But I'm just saying, maybe Risa deserves a little bit more love, a little bit more respect and support from people who claim to support the opposition and all. All right? Because so far our fight has been a very singular, literally singular, and sometimes also singular in terms of historic, conviction-based politics. All right. On that note, thank you very much, mga kameta. I have to habol sa my other work, etc. But I felt I have to do this vlog. I have to catch up on this. So maraming salamat. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate, mga kameta, sa lahat ng mga sumusuporta sa atin. Kayo po ay nagbibigay ng lakas sa atin. Literally, like, nakikita niyo medyo may lagnat pa rin tayo. Actually, I was almost okay yesterday, and then inabuso ko naman sarili ko. I mean, 6 a.m. pa lang, nag-interviews na tayo all the way to like 10 p.m. May mga debates, discussion. We met some friends with the diplomatic corps. We had nakailan 3 episodes taping kanina, whatever. So kayo po ang nagbibigay ng lakas sa atin. So I really appreciate that. And kayo po ang nagbibigay ng inspiration sa atin. At maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. At maraming salamat sa Diyos. Dito sa mga platforms na meron tayo, dito sa boses na meron tayo, and you know, I'm just doing my best to make sure that we use that voice for the good cause, and we use this voice, mga kameta, to call things out and to do what other people don't have the courage or the wisdom to recognize and to highlight in public fora. All right? Yes, important to talk about Maharlika Fund. Yes, it's important to talk about good governance. But then maybe the others want to talk more about Risa Hontiveros, hindi lang mga travel vlogs, ganun. All right? Okay. Fantastic. Thank you very much, guys. And talk to you soon. God bless. Maraming salamat. God bless the Philippines. Mahal natin ang bayan natin. All right? God bless. Talk to you soon.